Loss doesn't always knock on your door. Sometimes it creeps in through inbox or sneaks in during a strategy session. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when and where you are watching from. This is Professional's Daily Devotion with Olasukomi or where you far. I mean, this has become an interesting pattern for me that I just drop, and I enjoy saying it that way. All right, good morning, good afternoon. Yes. Yeah, so we continue our series on From Pain to Purpose, and we're going to be looking at the 6 emotional stages I read in this book under Ellen. I think that's the title there. Grace, thank you once again for the gift of this book. I mean, personally, it's helping me to actually also reflect on some losses I've suffered, both in of persons and of business. Yes, I probably not have might have lost anyone as close as she has, but I remember my very first student. I call it my first testimony in the FCT. I lost him, and I know a number of that. And in business, is 2 jobs too. I don't know why I had to just jump into that now. I just hope I will be strong enough to continue this. Spirit. All right, let's quickly go on. You don't need to lose a person to grieve. You can grieve a dream or a failed project or a lost opportunity or even closed door, even lost relationship. Okay. And today we're going to be walking through the stages. So basic stages are right here. I mean, somebody actually put it down. I mean, she put it down like that, the 6 stages. And then these 6 stages now we can adapt in different part of your life. In the where you even have lost someone, I believe this session is going to actually be of help to someone who might be going through one loss or the other. And I hope that by Friday I will bring what's the name, Grace down here. I hope I've not told her, but I'm saying this. If you can hear this too, we are just saying that we will just have her here to just come and gist with us. So everybody start tagging her now and then invite her so that by Friday we can find it much earlier. Okay, and have it. So through the stage of disbelief, this one is very real. You can't believe it's happening. Yes. See, the project is too promising. It is so certain that you are having this. I mean, it's just there that you know you are just the one. I've had that stage several times, like, you mean they didn't pick me? I mean, you will almost say something like a whole me like that. I mean, you won't be able to believe something like that happened to me that I couldn't believe it like it happened until I got the mail. So, and thank God the person knew the next stage for me. He knew that I was going to go into the stage of denial, which is the next stage we are talking about, but we're still coming back there now. Okay, so he had to quickly call me to explain what happened and how they dropped the entire country, not me. I will be representing the country for a particular cause for like 1 year, and that will have changed a whole lot of things for me. But of course, it's not a bad thing at the end of the day. But I lost that, and so the same thing happened to Nokia. You know, I read the story of Nokia where they said that they didn't even know what they did wrong to lose out in the market. Okay, so that state of disbelief, you can't believe that the Almighty you is the one losing this. Second stage is now the denial will now creep in. You start telling yourself it's just a phase. I mean, we're talking about in terms of business now. No, it's just a phase. No, no, we are coming back strong. You don't lose them. Okay, just make sure you accept it. Okay, accept that stage there. Look into it critically and adjust appropriately. Okay, but you need to listen that what you don't really properly process can resurface. And when it resurfaces this time around, it will be louder and that could be the big blow. Who knows? Maybe Nokia did not pay attention very well. Maybe I didn't pay attention. How would I pay attention to international thing? I didn't even know anything about that anyway. But it happens. You remember Kodak film? You know, when you take pictures, it take you like days before you go and cut it in the studio in a dark room, and then so they thought they were still on. And they kept on producing and doing, not knowing that a digital camera had come and then had knocked them off there, and they thought that it was still. So they were denying that don't mind them, and many of us too are like that. You see some young ones now doing online tutorials and the rest. You are saying that's just a face. It's not a face. So it has come to stay. Artificial intelligence is there. You are saying no, no, no. They will see everybody will still. Artificial intelligence cannot replace your work. It's a lie. You better wake up with that reality that artificial intelligence can replace your work. Somebody was saying in an argument that can artificial intelligence go to the court? I don't know. See what you guys are after. You better wake up. You better wake up. I mean, forget it. I mean, I don't want to even believe that artificial intelligence cannot replace anything. I don't want to even have that belief in my head. It's a possibility. So, well, I mean, if you see what they have done so far, you know that something is going on. So don't live in denial. Just to wake up, or else you will lose out and it will be worse again. Next one is confusion stage. Now, that stage now when you allow denial to come in and then you get confused. Okay, you are now at that stage where you get to the stage of okay, what's now the point? Okay, so you relax. You start doubting your own skill. You start doubting your worth. You start doubting your impact. Is it you? Yes. Now there is a research that backs that up. We didn't do our research outright. There are about two or three. I'm going to state in between here. The research says that professionals facing ambiguity of after loss perform 28% worse without clear reflection and mentoring. That's why you see many people that goes down. It's very difficult for them to come up again because they refuse to um, reflect properly on it. The ambiguity is so much for them to handle. Life had gone far past beyond them, and then you see them performing worse and worse. And then life will not wait for you. People will not wait for you. Forget anybody who is loyal to you. Once you are no longer relevant, they go and they leave your business and jump to the next one. Nobody is really loyal to you. It will just be part of the story that so many years ago you were once part of them. Where somebody saying, God forbid, to that. Four is pain. So you now start now feeling that pain. What you're supposed to have felt a long time. You are already denying and just you now start feeling the pain. Okay. Now, but do you know what? It is what you must feel. Open yourself up to it. Okay. Whether it's think of betrayal or silence after rejection, pain ignored becomes pain recycled. Okay. Don't deny yourself. You want to shed tears, shed tears. If you want to cry, cry. I mean, I had a case where I cried for about how many years? About 2 years after the loss of a student of mine. 2 years. It was probably after one embarrassing moment like that on a live program like this that I had to stop. Okay, but I had to go through that pain. I remember somebody calling me, like, no, forget about it. And I said, no, I won't forget about it. This is a big loss for me as a person. Airbnb founders face deep financial and emotional pain. But unfortunately, okay, no, I think fortunately for them, they turned their experience into customer. I thought I was still reading a Nokia. They turned their experiences into customer empathy and design something brilliant for their customers. Okay, so go through the pain of loss, feel the empathy there. You can become the solution the world is waiting for. And that's become the story. You look at the story of Malala there. She was shot for going to school, and today now she is a hope for so many people. The fifth stage is overwhelming pain. That's the next stage there, when the pain now becomes paralyzing. Now, at this stage now, if care is not taken, that may be the end. Okay, you can't move anymore. The pain has become your lifestyle. I mean, you are now calling pity party. Okay, people are, yeah, sorry, at that stage, you just don't want to wake up, and that takes up the sixth stage. Okay, but before then, okay, you stop pitching your ideas, you start thinking creatively again, you stop raising your hands amongst people, you stop existing, you stop evolving. Okay, you are not evolving, or basically you are just there, or let's say you are just existing, no evolution on your own path. Okay, so you want to change from there. So that is the last stage. And when you are getting to that stage, you need help. You need help, and you need to talk to someone. You need somebody to bring you out of that. You start regret, start blaming everybody, start calling them. You were the first set of people that did this story. Move on. You are this, you are that, you are the. If not for you, that organization that is now, they've sacked you. Can we calm down? Okay, so let's calm down, and then let's move on to the next stage. Let your story inspire them. Or more we lose him. That should be the story. So that's where you now need grace. I mean, when I read grace, and I was like, wow, the author. I thought maybe when you said grace, I read something else there, but I read you need grace. You need one. How do you get? We are going to take it one by one now. At this time, now you realize that setback, okay, did not break you. You shouldn't break you. Maybe you need to talk to someone. You need to read a book like this. You need to actually think deep and realize that your failure does not mean you have lost your value. No, the fact that you have lost out does not mean you are still you. You still you. So you start forming again. You might not be perfect. You might not be okay, but you are becoming whole gradually. Pick your life one by one, wherever you are, and start all over again at that point. You can always hit it again. Go and watch all those wrestlers in those days now. Then when they will have beaten someone very well, somehow energy will just come from so nowhere and start fighting again, start fighting, and at the end of the day will be the winner. So take inspiration from something like that. Okay, you are down, okay, but you can always pick something and start building the blocks all over again and start going up there. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you are totally fine. Let me quote it. It means you are forming again, and you can always form again. I don't want to go past 10 minutes. Okay, your reflection, which of these stages are you currently, and what is one truth you can hold on to at this moment? One truth is that failure does not mean loss of value for you. You are still whole, you are still stronger, your value is still there. The only thing is I just need to go to the stage of starting again. Okay, and if you need to speak to someone, speak to someone. And I think we need to get to that stage. I read that one too, forgiveness. Maybe I don't want to really do that, but maybe I'm seeing the need for it now. Okay, where you need to speak to someone, speak to someone. When you need to forgive, then go ahead and forgive someone so that you can move on to the next stage. However, when you stay on and they denied me, they betrayed me, they do this, you will not to move on to the next stage. You see, all those denial, all those betrayal, it's just telling you something about it. Somebody called me, I was narrating a story of how I was betrayed by some of my friends sometimes last year, and he said, no, see, it's a reality check for you that you're supposed to be in this particular direction, not in this. And I saw it clearly that, true. If that didn't happen last year, probably some of the things I'm enjoying this year now wouldn't have even happened to me. You see, so some things happen like that. I've gone past my time. So take about 15 minutes today and go through these stages again and think through it, and then you'll be emotionally intelligent. Let's take our words of affirmation this morning. My emotions are not my enemy, they are my map. I feel, I face, and I rise with clarity and grace. My emotions are not my enemy, they are my map. I feel, I face, and I rise with clarity and grace. Thank you for joining this morning. Tomorrow we continue, and let me just hope that we are going to look at forgiveness tomorrow. Thank you.